You have to understand from a strategic partnership perspective between US and India, this event is very important because when you look at some of the leaders in AI in the US are Indian Americans. And to be able to bring in 100 plus global leaders from US into India, that sends a very strong message that India is very critical to US companies and also from an AI perspective. India has taken a very strong lead in trying to make AI more affordable, scalable, and accessible to a citizen. And it has one of the largest structured database to leverage that. So in every aspect, India is going to play a very pivotal role in AI on a global basis.
And so what lessons can other emerging economies learn from the India-US AI collaboration model which is being presented here?
Well, there's a lot to learn. I think it's also early stage. What we are seeing is basically infrastructure being set up. And what India has done is by having Aadhaar card, by having basically payment systems, it has set up a very strong infrastructure so you can basically leverage AI on a broader basis, on a scalable basis. I think the message to the rest of the world, especially Global South, is look at how India has been able to provide digital infrastructure to citizens, not only just from a payment perspective, but also leveraging AI in the future.
And how can USISPF help shape global AI governance standards, especially in areas of trusted AI and responsible deployment while balancing innovation and safety?
Well, one of the reasons we have launched our task force led by our chairman, John Chambers, is work collaboratively with business leaders, with the government, with non-for-profit, to come with a model so you're able to present that across between not only between the two countries, but the rest of the world, that a responsible AI is good for everybody.
The summit is being held from today till 20th, sir, and will be a milestone for Global South leadership in AI. What outcomes would you consider a success for USISPF's engagement at the India AI Summit, and how should they shape AI policy agenda over the next years to come?
Well, you have to understand the success has not to be seen by short term in 24 hours, 48 hours, because AI is so strategic. If you don't manage it right, it can go also in a negative way. So it is important that companies and governments sit down together and look at what's responsible AI. It should not go into what I call as the digital feudal system, where you have few companies controlling AI from a global basis. So it is important that we are able to make it accessible, benefiting the community, benefiting the citizens. And I think that's where the direction should be. Don't expect quick results in 24 hours or 48 hours. This will have an impact which is mid to long term.
The two countries recently announced the free trade agreements. How do you look at that first?
Oh, it's very positive. You have to understand that India's largest trading partner is the United States. You have a $200 billion goods trade. We like to see this going up to $500 billion. The current basically structure put together is going to help Indian companies, especially companies which are on the labor-intensive area like gem and jewelry, garment, others. They can manage and basically expand into the U.S. market. So I think it's a tremendous opportunity for the SMEs in India to leverage the U.S. market.
Last question, sir. How do you envision the India-US partnership evolving in areas such as foundational research, startups, and infrastructure over the next 5 years?
So when you look at startup, 90% of the VC funding is coming from the U.S. And so it is important that we keep on looking at that and keep on encouraging the VC funds coming into the U.S., into India itself. That's critical. On the infrastructure side, I think you are seeing companies like Google announcing $15 billion AI center. You look at Microsoft, and we have other companies looking at setting up large infrastructure data centers in India to leverage not only just domestic market, but to go after the broader market. I think the strength of India is going to be leveraging the application side. That's going to be very critical because I would say the boat has really passed as far as the hardware goes from the chip design perspective. Yes, we're designing most of the chip, but manufacturing the high-end graphic chips is going to be a challenge. So I think the strength of India is moving from software to application development. I think that's where you'll see Indian companies flourish and go after the global market.